I did not expect Doom the Dark Ages to come out like this. 30,000 players over on Steam. And I can hear you already typing, well, it's on Game Pass. And that's a fair point. But I would like to point out that Expedition 33 is also on Game Pass, and it's doing just fine over on Steam, and how Oblivion Remastered is doing just fine over on Steam. And those are Game Pass games as well, and they're doing just fine on Steam. What happened? There was no real backlash surrounding this game other than the DRM, and I understand that's a big deal, but a lot of games have DRM, and they do just fine. It doesn't stop a lot of people from still playing a game, sadly. But I didn't see any big backlash other than the physical discs, which wouldn't affect Steam. There are no physical discs for Steam. You know what I'm saying? So that shouldn't have affected the Steam platform at all. So I'm a little concerned, and I'm concerned because I'm a Doom fan. I don't want Doom to die, and I don't think it will. I think they'll still make another one, and if they do, it'll probably be more like the other two. The biggest complaint with this game that I've seen is the gameplay is slow. Whereas if you've played the previous two, I mean, they are fast run-and-gun games, and I like it. I love those games. Doom and Doom Eternal are great games, fantastic games. So I wonder what's happened here. And it's Friday. I'm sure this will grow. I could see this hitting 50,000, which I guess maybe is better, but you really would want to see this around 100,000 players. So, I don't know what their budget is. I don't know how much money they put into this game. Maybe they managed to make it on the cheap and reused a lot of assets. I don't know. But this is concerning to me. And like I said, there's not a lot of backlash, not enough to really hurt it. And I haven't seen any bad reviews. If you go to Steam, it's very positive. All that's recommended. The biggest common denominator that I've seen here is something that is worth pointing out. Not as good as Doom Eternal. For some, the hardest part of playing the Dark Ages will be letting go of Eternal. I see this game as an overcorrection from Eternal. Doom is one of the most respected franchises ever, and while each entry has its own camp, nearly all of them are beloved by the majority of players. That said, there's always an inevitable clash between industry trends and player expectations. Sometimes pushing a franchise forward is necessary. I respect the fact that IDE keeps trying, but it's not always as easy to appreciate a work for what it is, though I still appreciate it's fresh. So, not as good as Doom Eternal. And he's not saying that, but that's been something that's been echoed in a lot of these reviews that I've read. Not as good as Doom Eternal, but still a good game. Over on Metacritic, all of the reviews are positive. Now, we don't have player scores yet. I will be interested in seeing what players say about this game. They should just let that roll. It's stupid that we don't have those, and we have to wait. Especially when, people drop $100 and get the game on Tuesday. They should be able to write a review if they want. But, yeah, I am shocked by this. And, I went and asked my community over on X, what's going on here? And I got some responses. And I think some of the points are pretty fair. A lot of good games came out in the past couple of weeks. Atomfall kind of just popped up out of nowhere. Everyone was loving that game. Expedition 33, Oblivion, and wasn't there a fourth one? I feel like I'm missing a game. That there was a fourth one there. But we got 3 big game releases. And maybe that's cutting into it. A lot of people saying they're going to wait for a sale. Like Freeman Phil here says it's $70. And I don't think that that's too much of a deterrent. A lot of games are $70. That's kind of been the standard for a while. People are just willing to pay it. I'm hoping games like Expedition 33 can turn the clock back on that. By the way, freaking fantastic game. I've been playing this game. It is amazing. I love the turn-based combat on it. Highly recommend it. Personally, while I loved Doom 2016, I hated Doom Eternal. Left me extremely skeptical about Doom TDA. And since I have Game Pass, that's how I'd play it. Also, I can't even play it until I upgrade later. Price, no one wants to normalize $70 games. I feel like they've been $70 for a minute. Aren't they kind of already normalized? I mean, now we're going up to 80, which I hate. I hate going up to 80. This person also says it's 70, but it looks like Microsoft had some design directives for the game. I knew this game was, pun intended, doomed when Microsoft added accessibility features to Quake. I don't have a problem with accessibility features. It's like people with, like, if they're colorblind and stuff. I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think anyone cares about that. But the $70 thing is like, a lot of people are pointing that out. $70 tag. The equivalent of $90. This new Doom ain't Doom. No offense to Doom fans, but it's sort of the game you wait on sales for. $70 is too much. Because it's nothing special, single-player, first-person shooter for $70, people are going to Game Pass it or wait. No Mick Gordon. Yeah, maybe that's pertinent. I didn't know that that's not in this. I haven't looked too much into the story other than it's just Doom. It looks like medieval Doom. Which, is badass to me. Requires RTX card. Yeah, I hear it's really high spec. My PC can run it. I don't have a top-of-the-line PC, but it's a good gaming PC. Can run everything at decent. I can run most things at high frame rates and, like the in-between 4K and 1080p, like the 2K. It's a good PC, but it certainly ain't no like $3,000 PC either. So I wonder, like, I'm sure I could run it, but I hear you can't run it on a low budget PC. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's, someone blowing smoke, but I do hear that is a thing. So I don't know, maybe it'll rebound and go up, but man, that's not good for Doom. Oh, I hope it does better. I don't hate this game. I don't want it to flop. I like Doom a lot. I'd like the franchise to keep going. I think it's a cool world, and I guess we'll see. I guess hopefully everyone's just playing it on Game Pass. Anyway, just want to let you know I have a comic book out there, and it's now over 3,000 books sold, which is awesome. Awesome. A lot of people grabbing this book. So thankful to everybody that's checked it out. We've got a fantastic book here. It's a lot of fun. It's action-packed. It's going to entertain you, which is exactly what we wanted to do with this book. Me and Dillard wanted to make a fun, action-packed comic, and I think that we've succeeded with this one. You can jump in for $17. Cover D is only $17. We even have a side story, a supplemental book, that's only $6. We're not trying to break your bank with this. We want you to read it and enjoy it and love it so that you come back for part 2. Because we'd like to do a couple more of these books. I think we've got a cool character, and it's a story that people are going to have a lot of fun with. Yeah, cover D, this cover A, this beautiful cover, $17. There's a link in the description. Thank you for your consideration. And with that, Let me know what you think about Doom. Do you think Doom is doomed? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video, hit that notification bell, check out the comic, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.